Continuing on my review on the Sandy Bridge E for Extreme CPU overclocked to 5 GHz. The Intel Core i7-3820 is what I have installed here. In my part 1 review, we went through the BIOS settings. I showed you how I overclocked it to 5 GHz. Today in Windows 8 64-bit, here that I'm running, we're going to do benchmarks. I'm going to show you the results on that. And one thing that you guys asked me first was about power and temperatures. Okay, so let's take a look here at some power and temperatures. Running on idle, I'm recording the screen here. That's pretty much it. You can see the temperatures are hovering anywhere between 35 and 40 degrees Celsius. So that's the idle temperature. And power consumption ranges from about 60 watts all the way up to 130 watts, depending on the load, of course. So on idle, it's about 65 watts. On full load, it'll run at 130 watts when all 4 cores are running at 100%, of course. There you can see the temperature readings also. They do reach indeed on air to 80 degrees Celsius. Now, hopefully when we put liquid cooling in here, it'll go down. Now, with the Patriot Viper memory that I've got, the Viper 3, you can see here, this is very stable memory running at very tight timings of 99924. And also, I went back, changed the timings to 11, CL11, and got larger bandwidth, as you can see there, and I got terrific results. Top of the list here on AIDA64, the benchmarks, it shows this CPU at 5 GHz is basically kicking a lot of butt there. And also in the cache and memory benchmarks, you can see how fast this performs, whether it's on CL9 or CL11, really doesn't make too much of a difference. PC Mark Vantage here, or PC Mark 7, I should say, has really high values of the score. Look at that. I mean, this is probably one of the highest scores that I've ever gotten on PC Mark Vantage or PC Mark 7 for that matter. 3D Mark Vantage, you can see here, we're concentrating more on the CPU score, not the GPU, since I only have one graphic card installed on this test machine. And here are the comparison CPU scores. The only thing that really beats this is the Intel Core i7-3930 overclocked to 4.7 GHz. Now, on W Prime, doing the 32M benchmark test, it came out to about 5.5 seconds. And when I did a comparison, searching the scores there, here are my two top results. So the first one and the second one are mine. And then everything below here that I'm going to show you on the list are other people's systems. And you can see there what their timings are and what type of machines they're running. They obviously have 16 gigs of memory as opposed to my machine, which had 8 gigs. So the memory does make a difference depending on the type of memory, how fast it is. That will improve the benchmark scores a little bit. Now, looking here at Cinebench, you can see here 9.69 is what the CPU score that came out of this machine. I'm not reviewing the OpenGL, but I will give you some game benchmarks just to give you an idea on how this processor performed with one video card. And that one video card, by the way, is a 7950. Okay, so here is Far Cry 3. You can see good benchmarks there, on one card alone. And again, this is running at 1080p, so 1920 times 1080. And here's Crysis 3 multiplayer online beta as well. I've been doing that. You can watch my video. I did a first look on that one. And Sniper Elite version 2, here's some benchmark results on that one as well. So for about $299 right now on newegg.com, I'll put the link below if you want, and you can see how you can get this processor. You can get a little bit of boost of performance from it if you overclock it a little bit, and even more obviously if you do extreme overclocking like I did in this case. So comment below, let me know what you think, and again, thank you for watching.